Now, shit far and save the matches. I believe all religion are to be taught as mythology. It's really kind of self-centered and silly to think your God is any different or better than anybody else's.
I am a victim of a hate crime.
That's not what a hate crime is.
So I just learned about this Christian term, fire insurance, and I just can't get over it. Like, ain't that what y'all telling everybody to do? You might as well believe in God and find out he ain't real rather than don't believing in God and then find out he is real. But if you do that, you ain't a real Christian and you only got fire insurance. Make it make sense, 'cause it don't. Boy howdy, let me just dust my ass off and crawl right up and out of this delusion I've been living in for the last 3 decades now. When was someone gonna tell me? This is the God of the gaps fallacy right here. There's a gap in my knowledge. I don't know how something works. So I'm just going to say God did it because I don't understand it. Just because you don't know the answer doesn't mean that God did it. So by that same logic, I could say that the window platypus made everything and you can't prove me wrong. Bible, a terrible example of morality. It simply has nothing to do with it. It all comes down to self-preservation. If we are not an asshole to other people, we are more likely to stay alive. We are more likely to find a mate and carry on our lineage. Also, on top of the self-preservation, we have this cool feature that allows us to recognize emotion on other people's faces. We know when we've hurt someone's feelings, when we're being mean to them. We can recognize those emotions on other people's faces. The lack of the ability to recognize emotions on other people's faces is actually a characteristic of psychopaths. But that's a story for another time. So yeah, someone please explain this to me. My husband just told me that if I didn't love him back, he was going to set me on fire. Toxic, right? I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need a relationship with God to live a happy, loving, fulfilling life. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I never did like God. And to find out that there's no evidence that he ever existed in the first place is a huge relief. He's a scary motherfucker. So, I'm sorry, but I'm glad to know science does not support the existence of a God.